The last thing I wanted to let you know and how to avoid to get scammed in this way when it comes to this topic as far as business funding. Look, guys, what's going on? It's Colin Brown here from Business Credit Unlimited. I'm back at it again. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Stop playing with it. It's free. And that you comment and subscribe if you want to see more funny videos just like this. And today, as you see on the title here, I'm going to talk about briefly how my client almost got scammed out of 20K by another funding company. So a lot of times when you have new prospects coming in to work with me, or not really working with me per se, because I've been doing this for a long time now, but especially people that are looking to work with a funding company, they will throw out the word scam, right? Nobody wants to be scammed, right? But especially when it comes to our industry, a lot of people are worried about scams. They don't want someone to get their information and use it falsely. They don't want someone to get their money and then run off on them, things like that. I have like 3, 4 other videos talking about this topic, and I'm going to continue to make them so that you guys are as informed as possible. But either way, when it comes to this topic, as far as getting scammed, I say it all the time. There are not as many people scamming, like truly, like just being devious, just outright taking people's money and then running off, as people think. They probably think it's like 5% of people that's good, and then 95% that are scammers. Was quite the opposite. It's a very small amount of people that do things like this. And sometimes when it comes to like an actual scam, you have people that you could classify it as a scam, but they're really just uninformed. They're trying to run a company, but they're in it for the wrong reasons. They're just thinking about the money first. So they haven't taken the time to actually learn how things work. And if you were to sign up with them, they would take your money and not get you any results, but not because they're trying to intentionally do that. Is because they don't know what they're doing. As the CEO of that company, they don't know what they're doing. But either way, let's go to the actual topic here. And why am I even bringing this up as far as like how many people are scamming and all that? Well, I came across something here. So one of my clients, he reached out to me. We've already funded him a certain amount of money, and over 100K. And he was thinking about doing a second round. And when he was thinking about doing a second round to get access to even more funding for his company, because he needs even more, he was like kind of, shopping around. He's kind of looking around at other companies. And someone reached out to him. And what they told him that he would do, or that they would do, is he already has over 100K. Just keep that in mind. They told him that they would get him 250K on top of what he already had, and it would cost him 20K. But let's break down what is wrong about this. And I have the screenshots here on the screen. So as I go through this, and I have a few things that I want to talk about. One, what to look for. Two, I also want to talk about age corporations, and if you get an age corporation, will that really take you to the next level for funding? And then 3, also, I want to talk about how to look for a legitimate company. Okay, now let's jump into it. Now it says here, so this is the DM with the client. All right, he said, yeah, some type of corporations, some corp that he said for 250K guarantee. Look, guys, when it comes to getting 250K in business funding, it's not that it's impossible. I say this all the time too. There's tens of thousands of business owners, that qualify for 250K right now, and I could look at their profile and be like, I guarantee you we're going to get this. But for the most part, most companies won't get that amount, at least within 30, 60, 90 days, because number one, your personal profile isn't strong enough, or number 2, your business is not making enough revenue, or 3, your business is too new. Okay, now when it comes to those 3 things, a lot of times people think that they can do shortcuts. They can get past this. Guys, I'm here to tell you. It's not that I'm some type of Dudley do right. I'm just, so by the book or anything. I'm trying to tell you this sincerely. There is no way to get around these things, guys. There's no hacks. You can't authorize user your way around it. You can't do age corporations around this. There are just things that you cannot bypass when it comes to getting funding from the banks. Sometimes you're just not ready. And sometimes you just want more than what you qualify for. Because a lot of times, a lot of you guys, especially, look, when it comes to getting access to 50 to 150K, somewhere within that range, obviously it can be more, it can even be less. But when it comes to getting access to around that range, if you have a good personal score, you can make that happen with that itself. Even if you have a brand new business that you just started the day that you want to go for funding, you can get around 50 to 150K in 0% business credit cards and in business funding. Okay. That is completely possible, doable. And I've went over clients that I've done that for several times. That's not anything crazy. But when it comes to 250K and saying a guarantee, it's just it's just not as easy to make that happen if, again, you follow one of those three categories. Your business is not generating revenue yet. Your business is new, and if your personal profile isn't just completely on point, because you can have a perfect personal credit score and you still don't qualify for 250K. Right? But if you got a great personal profile, your business is generating 20, 30, 40, 50K plus a month in actual revenue for the business, and you've been in business for more than 2 years, 250K now is not a big deal, right? Because your business can handle that because you're already generating that in your annual revenue, right? But if you haven't hit that yet, it's going to be a lot harder. You can just think I'm saying that. Hey, I'm just trying to tell you from someone that's on the inside, from the inside of this thing that actually does this every single day. A lot of times I tell people this, they think I'm just making it up for some reason, or they just want to get another opinion. They just don't want to accept it. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe that's you. Hopefully it's not. But either way, it's just the truth. So when someone says 250K guarantee, it's not that this is a scam in itself. The problem is that this client already has over 100K in funding. So basically, he's saying that he can get him in total 300, almost 400K in funding. Okay, now again, this business that this client has is under 2 years. This client, and even if he was generating a certain amount of revenue, it still wouldn't have been that long because it's still been under a year for this client. So to tell someone 250K just because of an age corp, we're going to get you an age corp and then get you 250K guaranteed is an outright lie. Why is that a lie, Colin? Well, it's for one simple fact. When you buy an age corp, and if you don't know what an age corp is, really quickly, an age corp is when you buy an existing business, and you take on that business's age. At least allegedly, that's what happens. So do know, if you buy an age corp or an existing business and you transfer the previous owners with your owner, you become the new owner and you swap with the previous owner. What will happen with some banks, not all, but it's becoming more and more common, is that the bank will begin to look at when you became the owner, not how long the business has been in existence. What do I mean by that? You can purchase an age corp for 30 years and apply for funding a month later. But a lot of banks, and I've showed this on a previous video, will look and say, okay, how long have you been 100% owner? And if the answer to that is 1 month, in the eyes of the bank, your business is 1 month old, not 30 years like the age of the corp that you purchase. So to tell someone, yeah, because you buy an age corp, 250K is going to magically appear, is just not true. Okay? And that's why this person was charging, 20K an absorbent amount for that. That's just not, it's not how that works. Okay. So I said 250K on top of what you have with what bank. So does he know exactly what cards you have already? Because I like to see if you are going with somebody, I'd like to see, have they done the research to even look to see what you have already? Because a lot of times people don't do that. And that is one thing you can look out for. If you are looking to work with someone that will help you with business funding, and then they don't even ask what you currently have. They don't ask anything about your personal credit, and they're popping out guarantees. It's too good to be true. Okay, it's like you have to know something about the profile before you can make those type of guarantees. Okay, that's why I said I don't know about this. And look, I'm not the one. I don't like, I don't like playing hating. I don't like throwing salt on nobody's game. I don't like saying somebody is this or that unless I have proof. I don't make, allegations unless I can actually prove it. I'm not going to say someone is scamming somebody. I'm not going to say this person is this or that. Because me personally, that's just not my style. Like if somebody comes in, they're working with another company or something like that, I'll see if you could work something out with the previous company or your current company before I just take you on. I'm just not built like that, but it is what it is. But in this case, this just happens to be a lot. Like if he said, hey, they said, probably another 50 to 150K, something like that, and he didn't mention how much it was, didn't mention that it was an age corp involved, I'd have been like, hey, go for it. It sounds possible to me, just based on what I know about your profile. It looks possible to me. But it's the age corp, the amount, because that amount was upfront. The 20K was upfront that the other company was going to charge my client was 20K. So it's that upfront. It's the fact that an age corp was involved, and the fact that he already has over 100K in funding. Like there are only a certain amount of banks, guys. Like you can't just go to every bank possible and just continue to get funding no matter what. I don't know why a lot of you guys like really don't get that too, but it is what it is. So he said, yeah, I told him. I don't know. I seen y'all follow each other. I don't follow him. The same post I sent you, 20K from Lightstream. And I said, I don't follow him. It appears he follows me. I've never spoken to him before. Lightstream is like work. Okay, so now I was just asking how much he was looking for. This is the only part I wanted to get from this. Okay, he said, and they just called me again and reached out. They saying that it's a it says it reads here cop, but it's a corp that they were built for me to get funding for 250K. Seems a little shaky. I don't know, man. I don't want to do that, so I wouldn't either, brother. So there's a corp that they built for him that's going to get him 250K. That's crazy. That's not how that works, guys. So I'm just giving you a warning when it comes to this age corp thing. All right, an age corp does not magically just give you access to funding like that. There's other things that are involved with that. And I'm not even saying if someone is selling an age corp, they're wrong, they're scamming you, or you can't do anything with an age corp. I'm just telling you that I know for a fact that certain banks will not allow you to take an age corp and get funding with it. That's all I'm saying. Because if someone asks for docs, at the end of the day, if a bank asks you for docs and your name is not on it, then it's going to be the same thing as if you just don't have it at all. You send in someone else's docs, your name is not on it, attached to the company, then it's going to be the same thing. Okay, guys? Just letting you know. Now, what are some of the things that you can look for? Well, you know what? Let me prove that real quick. Let's go to Chase. Let's go to chase.com. So we go to chase.com here. And if we go to business, and if we go to loans and finance, and I've done this before, but we're going to do it again. When we go to the requirements for the Chase business line of credit, okay, rates, payments, fees. When we consider, or when you go here, what is eligibility? What are the requirements? Okay. It says here to be approved, This is for the Chase business line of credit that a lot of people, have been talking about and still talk about right now. Okay, 250K, no docs. It says to be approved, your business must be at least 2 years old and under the same majority ownership for at least 2 years. What does that mean? It means that not only does your business have to be 2 years, it has to be under your majority ownership for at least 2 years. So imagine buying an Age Corp and then you reset yourself. Like you may even already have an LLC that's like 7 months. It's just not 2 years. So you're looking to skip up, a year and, 5 months, give or take. You're looking to just get there faster, but you really set yourself back because now your business is only 3 days old. You see? So I don't just throw stuff out that I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm just letting you know. I don't just throw random stuff out there. I actually research these things before I present it here. Okay. Now, what are some of the things that you can look for? I always say this when it comes to funding, like this is our site here. One thing about it is that even if you are funding yourself and just one other person, I would rather go to someone that doesn't have a ton of clients that knows what they're doing than someone with a large following and all of this, but they don't ever post any results or they don't have any receipts, as we call it, to show that they know what they're doing. Somebody just talks the talk, okay? That's just me personally. But hey, look, I love marketing and it is what it is. As they say, the best marketer wins. So I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying as someone that, like say if I'm on the outside looking in and I'm looking to choose someone, then I would go with someone. And obviously I'm biased, right? This is my stuff. Like, come on. So let's be real here. But I'm just saying, like, if I was going to go with someone, I would want to look at someone that had tangible proof. Like if you look on our stuff here, I got the client's name. I got the client's email. I have a video with the client, and you can literally look at the circle group that we have. You can see the client's name and them posting their approvals for multiple people. I can just keep going and going and going. And obviously, this is not all of our results or anything like that either, right? So you could you could watch all these videos, right? And you could just really go in and see, okay, let me study everything. Like, and you can go to my page here, Credit Colin. You can go and look at results and stuff here. You can listen to me speak to see if I know what I'm even talking about, right? And it's going to be hard for you to discern if you don't know what is everything. But at least you can see if I, if I posted something or not. And we also have a Trustpilot page, right? With reviews and everything. So look, those are some of the things that I would look for. But if I went on someone's page and all they had was just them talking and saying they can do this or that, but they don't have anyone actually saying that they done it for them, then that would be a red flag for me. So I think I covered everything already. When it comes to an Age Corp, that's not some type of magic wheel to just give you a certain amount of funding. Okay. And I'm not I'm not against any upfront payments. It's just at that amount, 20K upfront. Yeah, I don't know. Even if it was 10K upfront, I would feel a lot better about that. 20K upfront guarantee. He already has funding. I just don't know about that. Okay. And I think that's it. And why an Age Corp? Yeah, I did cover that too as well. I think that's pretty much it, guys. So engage with me. Let me know what questions do you have about what you need to look for as far as working with someone that does business funding. Let me know. I'll answer it to the best of my ability if you comment below, or any other questions, go ahead and let me know. That's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, I ain't letting up. We're going to keep these funding videos on the way. I promise you that. All right, let's get it, y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace. So, guys, this is a whole next day from the video that you just watched, but I had to let you know this. Something so important. Okay, the last thing I wanted to let you know and how to avoid to get scammed in this way when it comes to this topic as far as business funding. Look, guys, if someone tells you to not pay your business credit cards, business lines of credit, your business loans. Run it up, they'll tell you. Don't pay it. Let it charge off, and then we'll do credit repair to remove it. Do not do it. Don't believe it. It is BS. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. It sounds good, right? It sounds like, oh man, I get 100K in funding. I use that 100K, charge it off, get it removed, and then get another 100, right? No, 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 no. What's going to happen is, well, first of all, let's talk about the process, right? Why this doesn't work, why this doesn't make sense, and now I'll tell you a few other things you may not think of. When it comes to credit repair, there is no 100% this is going to be removed option, okay, for things that actually happen. You're not just going to get a charge off removed just 100% guaranteed with no consequences, okay? That's the biggest problem with this. So if someone's telling you that, that's messed up. Now that's the first thing, but the other things is number two. What you have to think of is that you've now destroyed your relationship with that bank. So even if this worked somehow, you got a charge off, right? What's going to happen is that you are going to now, if you try to go for anything else with that company because you never paid, right? What's going to happen is that you're going to get denied for anything else. They won't let you open a business checking account. You're not going to open another business credit card with that bank. Say if it's Chase, you use 50K with Chase, charge it off. Say you even got to remove from your personal credit reports, because that's what's going to happen if it gets charged off, guys. Even if it's a business credit card, it'll go on your personal credit reports because it is a PG. What's going to happen then is that when you try to go for another card with Chase, they're going to shut it down. They're going to be pissed, man. They're not going to have it, and they won't let you. You're going to be blacklisted. They're not going to let you open a business checking account, another business credit card, anything with them. And that goes for every bank that you go to. So you're going to just destroy a bunch of bridges. You're gonna burn a ton of bridges, right? So that wouldn't work anyways, even if the account got removed. And the other thing is, guys, you can be sued. You can be sued major, the big time, especially if the amount that you owe, starts to exceed a certain amount. Like, banks are not just playing with somebody owing them 25K, 50K, and all this stuff. They ain't playing with that. They're not just going to let this off easily, right? So it's not going to work. And before we even get to all of that, on the front end, you're not getting that account removed just easy like that. Even if it did get removed, how long would that take? It probably would take dispute on that thing for like 3, 4, 5 years or something. And more than likely, it's not going to get removed, especially for the amount of money that you owe. More than likely, it's not going to get removed like 9 times out of 10. 9.9 times out of 10, it won't get removed, right? And you see, I'm still leaving a zero point 0.1 chance out there because it's possible. Technically, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that it's not possible to get removed, because any item can be removed off your credit reports, technically speaking. Legally disputing, like, it is possible, but just extremely improbable. It's like it's not probably not gonna happen. More, like, again, 9.9 times out of 10. But anyways. So the thing to consider there is that once, well, on the front end, again, yeah, my bad. Let me go back to that. On the front end, it's not going to get removed, right? And once it's on your reports, it's going to stay on your reports for 7 years. And that's probably what the person is going to tell you. Well, we didn't get a chance to get removed, but it's only 7 years. So do you plan on waiting 7 years? Like, at the time I'm recording this, you plan on waiting to 2032? You plan on waiting to 2032 to go for funding or to be able to buy a car or purchase a house or whatever because your credit is now jacked up? You went from a 750 or 800 to a 531 because some joker told you to just not pay some stuff. If someone tells you not to pay, it's never a good idea. It's never a good idea. Do you want somebody to just not pay you? Like, come on, man. You can't go into business with this type of mindset. Now, if you cannot pay because business is just not, things have gone astray in business, that's a completely different story, right? You can't stress yourself out about something like that. Maybe not paying is an option at that point because you literally can't pay, or bankruptcy or something like that. That's a completely different story. But I'm talking about going in with the intentions of not paying is completely different. Completely different. Okay. And that's why banks are starting to tighten up on things right now, because we have jokers like that that's teaching people to do that, and people are not paying, and it affects all of us. Now all of us are starting to get affected by that, and it's a mess, man. It's really something else. It's just, it gets really messy. Um and yeah, it just, few bad apples messes everything up for everyone else. But now that's pretty much it. I hate that I did get a chance to talk about that originally, because that's really important. So I had to make sure that I added this in. But this time, I'm going for real this time. Peace until the next one.